Hello and welcome to this presentation about our work experience programme for our Year 10s. So why do we value work experience so much? It's part of our careers education and we feel it's important because it provides our students with an insight into the different sectors and careers that are available. It gives them the opportunity to use and apply the skills and knowledge in a professional environment. It aids the development of employability skills or soft skills that are required in life, things like communication, working with others, problem solving. It helps build confidence and self-esteem by showing students what they can actually achieve outside of school. And it allows students to try out any potential areas of interest. It also provides knowledge of the local job market and it starts students on the road to building a network of business contacts. If they impress local business people, you never know, in a few years' time, there may be the opportunity to go back to the same people seeking employment. Valuable experience will be added to their CV or personal statement, and many of the employers we've found in the past have been happy to act as a referee for students for part-time jobs or when they've left school. So what do our employers expect from the students? Firstly, they need to be ready to work. They need to work safely and they need to comply with company rules. They need to be good at timekeeping. They need to follow the instructions and ask if they're unsure about anything. It's also good to ask questions about the business or the work they're doing because actually it shows they're interested. If on occasions anything isn't quite right, the company would expect you to have raised that with the supervisor directly, or if you're not able to, get the young person to talk to us at school. So what do we as a school expect from our students? Well, they're ambassadors for Litcham School out in our community where people know who the young person is, but also who we are as a school. So we expect them to be smartly dressed, punctual, polite, and well behaved. We expect them to work hard and make an effort to contribute to the business, asking questions when needed. They need to complete their work experience diary at the end of each day, and then at the end of the week hand it to the employer to check, sign, and then return to the school. After the work experience week, we'd hope that they'd write a thank you email or letter to the employer. So, in brief, all the Year 10 students will go out on work experience for a week at the end of the year. That will be between Monday the 8th of July and Friday the 12th of July. We've brought the deadlines for the paperwork forward to help plan and deliver a better work experience. Work experience takes place every day during the work experience period and during normal business hours for the company, not necessarily school hours. So you need to check that with the employer. So how does it work? Students must arrange their own placement. They can do that through friends, family, other professional contacts they may have, local businesses that they use or know. If all fails, the school does have a spreadsheet of employers who have offered work experience to our students in the past, and therefore they may be able to help, but the student will have to make the contact themselves. So the first step in the process is to complete the parental consent form, which is yellow. So all students have been given a pack, and it's the yellow form in that, and it needs returning to the school and as soon as possible, or by the 19th of October. There's the example of it. Step 2. This is where you actually have to find your placement. So research options, select potential employers and approach them directly. You might find that's better done in person or by telephone rather than just sending an email or a letter. Once agreed, you need to give them the blue form which is in your pack and ask them to return the blue form to school by their deadline. So if you find an employer via our spreadsheet from school, you have to contact them yourself to check that they're able to offer you a placement. Just because they're on the spreadsheet does not mean they have a placement available this year. Most employers will expect to meet the student prior to them starting the placement. So we ask students to telephone employers to arrange this and encourage them to attend the meeting so that when they start the placement, they have met their employer and had the opportunity to ask any questions that they may have. Here's the example of the blue form. On the screen is an example of a letter, a template letter that students may wish to use or adapt to write to companies or use as an email, and tutors will have a copy of this. So step 3, school makes the necessary checks to ensure that the placement is suitable. Employers need to comply with certain criteria in order to be passed as a suitable provider, but most do have the necessary health and safety measures already in place, as well as the employer's liability insurance and public liability insurance that would be necessary for your child to go on placement. Work experience is supposed to be useful, so think carefully about the types of places you want to go. I'd advise you to start thinking about this now. Lots of schools in the local area use the same weeks as we do, so we're starting early, so hopefully you can get the best jobs that are out there because they go really quickly. So, deadlines. 19th of October, the parent-carer consent forms need to be back to school, and the confirmed placement blue forms need to be returned by the 15th of December. Thank you for listening.